It's 1 hour of sport extravaganza, basketball, tennis, Formula One. If it's sport, like I always tell you, you've got to cover from A to Z, okay? So sit back, relax, guys. Come on. It's definitely going to be a jolly ride. Like, the good news is that you can listen to us anywhere in the world. Get your Radio Guardian app, whether it's from the iOS or Apple Store. Look for Voice of the People, 96.1 FM Abuja. Or you can go to the YouTube. Yes, find out how we look today, you know. Get to YouTube on Voice of the People, 96.1 FM Abuja, and voila, will be in your screen. So, either way, I tell you, you've got no reason to miss the biggest show in the land.
Mr. J, yes, that is what I love to call him, but he says he's MJ. Mr. Johnson Marco G, always a pleasure each time you complete the crew of the Sport Gang.
Nice one, no better place to be. Very nice one, no better place to be by this time rather than being at coming along with us at VOP 96.1 Sports Time. Well, we have loads of sporty topics and tunes to discuss on this particular edition. All I can say is just fasten your seatbelt. Let's have a sporty ride.
Exactly, it's gonna be a jolly good ride, and straight into the local scene we go. And of course, we begin straight from the nation's capital, as it is the match day 1 of the Nigerian Union of Journalists. I will call it a friendly game, a competition. IBAN, NUJ slash whatever you want to call it, but it is the union or the coming together of talking about the media crew, but from the NUJ, the Swan, and every media outlet out there in a friendly game, more like all those media houses coming together to play a football novelty game. It is the second edition, but it is more like a knockout stage. Sport Bishop, you were actually there today to not only cover the game but see how you can play, but unfortunately you didn't make the match day 1 squad.
Absolutely, like you did say, not only did media personnel gather together to ensure that we had a great or cracking game, we had the police, FRCN, customs, most of the parastatals, government parastatals, both non-government and non-government gathered together to play a game. I tried a future for Swan. I ended up becoming one of the backroom staff, the assistant coach on the day, but it wasn't a good day. Ended 1-0 defeat to Swan. The IBAN, one of the hosts defeated them by 1-0. Maybe a gutsy, controversial penalty. It almost created an uproar in the stadium, but it is what it is at the Area 3 Stadium. The Swan were beaten by 0-0. Same with NUJ, they were also beaten by 0-0 by the NBA, the Nigerian Bar Association as well. So it was really fun few day. If you're not anywhere in Abuja, you want to relax, enjoy some fun fair, you have to be at the Area 3 Sporting Complex, where I tell you lots of games went down today, and I think one is going on as we speak.
All right, not only media officers or journalists we are there, we caught up with the Deputy Governor of Edo State, Mr. Philip Shaibu, of course, and he spoke with us, former, even though his position, he was actually, not forgetting the fracas he had with the current governor of Edo State, talking about Obaseki, of course, but now we continue to, this is not politics, this is a sport.
This is sports.
Of course, we caught up with him talking about the Sport Bishop. He did some interview with him as well as other journalists, and this is what he has to say.
Okay, how will you assess the match so far?
Yeah, I want to first thank the Nigerian Union of Journalists and the co-sponsors of this tournament for this initiative. This is bonding. Nigerian Union of Journalists bonding with all other agencies, both government and non-government agency. I think this is the starting point, and it helps to understand who the Nigerian Union of Journalists is, and it also helps to create bonding between Nigerian Union of Journalists, police, journalists, and other agencies. I think with this, the perception will be positive, and especially the police. will not arrest us when we write.
What's the secret behind your energy? You completed the first and the second half. What's the secret?
Yeah, I think it's good and good dieting. It's good, and I gym every day. I don't play with my exercise. So it's unfortunate that the guys got a penalty to win us. But next year we'll deal with them.
Yes. So what is it like playing alongside other journalists in this event?
Yeah, I'm so excited and happy. The only aspect is that the winning. We are supposed to win them. We are better than them.
You played the game,
but yes, we played the game. They won the match.
So let's talk about the NPFL where you played, and in recent seasons we've seen some level of improvement. In what area do you think the management can actually improve coming next season?
I think both NNL.
All right, talking about the one that went down. Indeed, he spoke about the NNL as well as the Super Eagles. But come on, we are more concerned about the one that went down this morning. Talking about the football games that went down, Mr. J, you are technically a part of the fun fair, but then it wasn't a good one for the Sport Writers Association of Nigeria. To which you are part of it, but hopefully, probably when next the Sport Writers, where you and I and the Sport Bishop belongs, we would definitely march on. Alright, so let's march on to one news that broke out in the early hours of today, talking about the draw for the Nigerian teams in the CAF Champions League as the CAF Confederation Cup. Yes, indeed, it's some persons say it is quite tricky, but I tell you, if you must be a champion, you must defeat the champions. First off, let's begin with the two teams representing Nigeria in the Champions League, that is the CAF Champions League. As for the winners, Enugu Rangers, that will face US Silimazur from Comoros Island, and they will play against Rangers International, beg your pardon, will play either US Silimazur of Comoros, and then they will play either the winner between St. Louis and Gazzola from St. Louis and GDSE from Angola. What it simply means is either Rangers play either US Silimazur or from Comoros Island, or they would take on St. Louis and GSD from Angola.
What it means is they've got a draw already. If they win, they will play the winner of those two games that has been collated. You just talked about for Roma. For Enugu, go ahead.
For Enugu Rangers, they will play either the winner of these two teams in their draw.
Exactly. So it tells you that a very fair draw. I'm sincere with you. When I saw the draw, I'm like, okay. And the good thing about the draw is that Enugu Rangers are playing away first. That's what gives us that, zest, to want to move forward. If they were playing at home like Remo, wow. But we'll come to Remo very soon. But I think it's a good draw for Enugu. I don't know what you think, Jay.
Yeah, the draw for Enugu Rangers for me is really a good one, and good in the sense that most of so many people might have not heard of this name, but that is not where football really lied. I have this singular advice for our representatives in the CAF Champions League competition, that they should go there believing in themselves that they can do it. If other African nations can come out and do it, they should take it as their own. They shouldn't be intimidated. They shouldn't look at themselves being inferior in any kind, irrespective of how their welfare is being taken care of. They should just go all out, get this glory for Nigeria, because it's been a long time Nigeria has been longing for this CAF Champions glory.
All right, and then I will look at the second team that will be representing the Nigeria in the Nigerian Premier Football League. Talking about Remo Stars, they will take on Asfa of Morocco, and if they can go past Asfa of Morocco, they will now play the winner between Libya's side, talking about Libya 1 and El Mareka of Sudan. That is the most go past Asfa of Morocco. If they go past this Moroccan team, they will not play the team from Libya or the team from Sudan. Talking about Libya 1 and El Mareka of Sudan.
bad draw. Let me just tell you.
Is it because of the first game they will be having?
Games, see,
No,
as far as Morocco, we know where Morocco is when it comes to
As far as the North African teams is concerned, you just have to be afraid.
You know, and then if you manage to escape, then you go and play El Merreikh of Sudan.
it doesn't matter.
The semi-finals and then the finals, and it's a long process.
Sports Bishop, please. Where do we rank in terms of leagues in Africa that we will go down as low as our champions coming through qualifiers?
Currently, we are ranked the 13th best league in Africa. We are not among the top 3. Top 3,
top 10,
top 5, top 7, top 10, top 12. We are not. 13th. We are ranked 13th in Africa.
We need to do something.
All right, away from the CAF Champions League draw, let's come to the CAF Con. Means that they will not be playing in the first round of the preliminary draw, but rather they will play in the second round. What it simply means is they will not play against Haifa FC of Mali, or they will play Rifa, and Rahimo will not play Aimba.
But he plays in the group stage.
Exactly. That is what
it's still a preliminary stage. Second,
Mr. J, be nice. Be nice.
No, let's refer to it as it's like a glorified preliminary stage.
Wow, this is true. A round of applause to you, Mr. J. And then the other team are talking about the El Kanemi Warriors. That is the second team representing Nigeria in the CAF Confederation Cup, rather. The CAF Confederation Cup. They haven't qualified yet, so I shouldn't bring out my drums and celebrate. They have to go through the preliminary round. First, they would take on Dajir of Benin Republic, where if they can go past Dajir FC of Benin Republic, they will now play the winner between RS Bekane of Morocco. Now, what it simply means is RS Bekane already have a bypass. So what it means is that the winner between Academy Warriors and the JFC will take on RS Bekane.
So the draws, see, I'm not afraid of Benin Republic. I think they could get past Benin Republic for Academy Warriors. But you ask what the quality of the players they've got. This team playing the NNL, you know, and what quality do they have to go play? Okay, let us assume they get past Benin Republic. Fine, good and fine. What about RS Bekane? Who is a natural thing for them to get?
My brother, all this whole thing spells doom, but then let's not profess doom for ourselves.
So how many teams will make it from the draws you said? What do you think?
All of them will make it.
Mr. J, are you speaking out of patriotism, or you are speaking out of a technical and tactical ability of our clubs?
Take everything tactically. One that I have just raised.
Oh wow! And we hear that one of our owners from the camp of the Super Falcons has successfully, she has joined Paris Saint-Germain all the way from Juventus. Talking about Jennifer Chegini. And these players are now making the big moves, are making to Champions League team side, as well as our men also making it big in this season's transfer winner. So it's looking good for our footballer. Talking about the Super Falcons as well as the Super Eagles.
So don't mind fine, but he's trying to make him way modest. Where is she coming from? Juventus, did she not play Champions League football?
And she's going to a club that will be playing Champions League football.
It's a good news that we'll have. Hold on, it's a good thing that we'll have a player in these big clubs, because if you mention Juventus, they are not a small club, and then going to PSG, which is as well themselves are not a small club. So it's good that we'll have Nigerians associated with this kind of club size, rather than having them. It impresses me when we are linked and we speak of our players being associated with these clubs, rather than going to division. When we mention our players, we mention division 2 or division 3 of those European side, irrespective of which gender, whether female or male football. It impresses me very well.
I'm quite happy for her. I think she signed a 4-year deal. She played only 6 months. That's how good she was. She joined them early January, played only 6 months for Juventus, and for that she's back to a big deal to Paris Saint-Germain. Juventus wanted to sign her permanently, increase her extend her stay, but she won't have nothing on it. Maybe the money from Paris Saint-Germain was too tempting.
Yeah.
And then because did you see the unveiling by Austin J.J. Okocha welcoming her to Paris Saint-Germain?
Yeah.
It gives it that extra spice, you know.
Exactly.
But like I said, this is what we want to hear. Don't forget she's part of the 18-man list that we're playing at the Paris Olympic Games.
Exactly. We'll get to see her more.
Hoping we should bring that form advance where she's got 10 goals in 6 months to the Olympics and get Nigeria for the first time in its history out of the group stages of the competition. But like I said, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This we've seen top players. Ozoshola plays for Bay, Rashidat plays for Atletico Madrid, Echegini plays for Juventus. I can go down to the midfield players. Nadoze plays in Paris FC. We've got players playing in Benfica, Uchebi as well. So we've got good players coming out of top leagues in Europe.
That actually creates a scare for opponents, in my opinion.
Not teams like Brazil.
No. Teams from this side. I mean from this side.
I have a feeling that the Super Falcons will humble the sport bishop come this year's Olympics.
Yeah.
Because the way he praises this Brazilian national team as well as the Japanese and the Spanish national team as if they are not beatable. They are beatable. That was what we said against New Zealand. That was what they said against Australia. If not
for luck,
we
would have done it against Almighty England.
They're not as big as Spain, but are European champions.
And so we are African champions.
We are Asian champions.
We are
African champions.
We are
African champions so many times. So many times.
We are African champions.
So many times.
We are the greatest in Africa.
So many times.
All right, let's just stick with football now, but this time let's move over to where it is played on sand. Vacancy. In the Nigerian Super Sand Eagles are where we hear that the Nigerian Football Federation have decided to throw the door open for all and sundry to come place in their CV to become the next head coach of the Nigerian beach soccer team. I'm talking about the Super Sand Eagles. But for you to be qualified, let us help the NFF do the announcement in terms of the criteria, shall we?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
Well, the NFF says that any candidate must attend at least one beach soccer refresher course organized by the NFF and must become a conversant and be abreast of the ever-changing rules and dynamics of the game and must possess at least a CAF C coaching license in the last 3 years. The NFF also said that the candidate must also have been involved in the beach soccer activities in the last 3 years, and that is a huge criteria. And also, while playing experience locally and internationally, they can prove to be an added advantage. According to the NFF, they say that application will close at midnight at the 12th of July, Friday. That is what they said.
That's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow from 12th to 14th. So I think that was on the newspaper review.
Yeah. Okay.
But, 12th to 14th. But anyway, I'm surprised why they will say
the criteria.
No, it's vacant because you have a game around the 16th. So if you appoint a coach, let's do the maths now. Even if it's 12th, you appoint a coach on the 12th.
Sports Bishop question:
what are they doing 4 days?
Do they have coach?
That is what we are looking at.
If there is no coach, then the position is vacant.
So the coach will now make a list in 4 days to go and play a game against
Don't forget that a team can play coachless formation.
What God cannot do does not exist. We serve a miracle God. Can you just allow me make my point?
Forget about that, because we've seen teams that won their matches without coaches. You understand? So not having a coach before.
Wait.
No. Hold on. Let me land. Let me land.
From the air, I will catch you. Name one club or one team without not even.
I'm not talking of the title. It's one match.
That played a game without.
It's one match that will have ahead of us.
That played a game.
Oh, by the way,
I will get back to you.
But let me tell you something. See, Senegal has played 2 friendly games. Two quick. Mauritania has played 2 friendly games as well.
My brother, can we stop?
I was in Kaduna for the NBSL.
Yeah.
To be sincere with you, we've got areas of talent, quality players that can don the green of Nigeria. The likes of Frank Dozier, the likes of Sadiq Umar, the top scorer in the competition, the likes of Bashori goalkeeper, as well as Godwin Talley. You're not getting Talley as well. So we've got good players.
I believe we do not
Very
have
good players.
issues
But
with players.
I know, but
It's the coach we are talking
how
about.
do you then begin to change a style or preempt a style 4 days to tournament? By now,
They are not going to use any style. Forget. We'll play without style, a styleless approach. We'll play formationless approach. We'll play coachless approach.
Mr. J, stop saying
don't
this.
forget, Nigeria has been out of the Africa for 5 years.
Yeah,
to return, you want to return with a bang.
and not making it this time around will not kill us.
I thought after the MPSA would have started camping immediately. That's what I thought.
Okay, that is your thinking.
Yeah.
Is that hold it to yourself and keep it to yourself.
It is what it is. But come on.
I'm not surprised.
I saw yesterday. I was turned aback.
I am not surprised.
We're still looking for we're still looking for a manager as at 5 days before a game.
You want Uncle Fiber to reiterate that for you? Oh, please let him know that we don't have a coach yet, and that position is still vacant.
So what do you want me to do, Ashra?
It's like he is not clear.
You didn't have the license.
Alright, let's move away from the Nigerian issues with our Super Saiyan Eagles and come down to our league. Let's still talk NPFL football, shall we? Okay. But this time, let's move to the camp of Abia Warriors, where we heard that Neil Sharif is in town, but certainly not new to Abia Warriors, because at one point in his career, he was a coach of Abia Warriors. Talking about the return of a certain Ima Akpakabo. He was unveiled.
Can I help you here, Fry Boy? Mama Amapakabo.
Mama Amapakabo.
Is that man from Edo State? Is he from Onwan West local government area? Does he speak Ora?
We don't know. Is he
from Obiokwan village?
We don't know.
And certainly you can help me out with that. Speaking yesterday, guys, with us was the sporting director of Abia Warriors, Mr. Emeka Ifejioga. Yes, Ifejioga actually spoke concerning the unveiling of a certain Ima. Ima for short. Let's say what he has to say concerning that colorful unveiling yesterday.
Right. Good afternoon, Mr. Ifejioga, sporting director of Abia Warriors.
Good afternoon, sir.
Congratulations to your team for getting to the Federation Cup final and catching one of the top coaches in the NPFL. You've heard the Mama spoke about his second-missionary journey, and you can deduce that he's only asking for patience, patience, and patience. Abia Warriors, go to the records. They are one of the club sides in Nigeria that have hired much coaches than other teams in the last 10 years. Is this club ready to give him that patience that he needs, to build the team? Are you on the same page with him?
The fact is that we'll be patient with him, but at the same time we'll ask a lot from him, because we'll be patient and we'll be pushing. Like he said we are going to see a new dawn. I don't think the new dawn is going to be just be patient. He's going to push. He has a lot of things since he came. He has already started his program, started contacting, started doing anything. It shows that somebody who is already prepared for the job. So I think we'll have patience with him, but I think he knows as well that in football you need to push as well.
Having came closer to winning the President's Federation Cup, and at the moment where the club is being viewed nationally, are there lessons you learned and things you think the club should improve upon going forward?
Yeah, like the coach said, we got to that level. We didn't win it. We are happy we got to that level, but we are not satisfied that we didn't win it. Because in the next 2 years, nobody will remember who played the final. They will remember who won the cup. So
in the next 2 years, nobody will remember who played the finals. All everyone will remember is who won the cup. Words of the sporting director of Abia Warriors, Mr. Emeka Ifejioga, concerning the unveiling of a certain Imama Amakpakabo. Yes, I got that correctly. Clap for me. So, guys, he said that as much as they will be patient, they will demand from him to deliver. The same thing Finidi George actually said that please be patient with me as a new coach of Rivers United.
I think, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, that is what an employer will definitely need from an employee. No employer will employ you and then be relaxed for you to take your whole time. Exactly. For you to qualify for the job means you know what you are going to do, and maybe you people must have reached agreement that okay, by so time we should have this. So definitely, the Imama Mapakabo on his own should know that he has gotten a job that he doesn't have that much time to really sit back and relax, because with this statement he knows that he definitely wouldn't be given that ample time that he's looking for.
Now, this is my question. What happens to Bertolotti? He becomes the assistant coach. Mama, this is a man who took over the team for the whole season, got up to the Federations Cup. Oh yes, didn't win it, but I think the players were quite happy with his run of the game. We listened to him so many times last season. Thanks to the media officer who was always getting us in swingers from the camp. So what happens to Bertolotti? He becomes assistant coach. Is that the right way to go? That's my own question.
You see, there's nothing wrong with what Abia Warrior, right, have done, because they felt that okay, the man at the helm has done well, but he has done well, but his best his best wasn't enough for them. They need more, and that is why I said that the new man at the helm should understand that the manager, that the employers need more from him.
Imama is not new to the NPFL.
Exactly.
Imama is not new to coaching these players. He has been there before. Perhaps the set of players he coached during his time at Abia Warriors long time ago might not be the same players there, but he understands the terrain.
Yeah.
I just want to see the NPFL this season, guys, because it promises to be exciting. Imagine Finidi with Rivers United playing against Yemi Olarewaju of Eimba. And then you have a certain Imama Amunike with the team that he will be coaching Heartland, though they will be playing in the NNL, not in the MPFL. They will be relegated.
Don't give me a job there. Don't accept it.
Guys, it's almost done and dusted. It's just left for him to put pen to paper. All right, guys, let's go on this break. And when we return, we will be moving to the foreign scene. Exciting news is building from the Euros, from the Copa America, as well as transfer. Ole Watkins is the man that the English fans are singing his praise. Stay tuned. All right, so welcome back to the second half of your scintillating, entertaining, interesting, informative sports show, Sport Lounge, comes your ways every Mondays to Fridays at exactly 5 p.m. The sport crew of VOP got around the table filled with a lot of juicy stories just to make your evening complete. With me, Uncle Fine Boy, the Sport Bishop, and Mr. J. All three, feel free to call us the Free Musketeers. When it comes to sport presentation, we love to serenade your ears. It is that time where we get you involved in the show through the studio line. Come on, pick up your phone and start dialing. The number is 0808-312-8618. 0808-312-8618. That is the number you can call us live on the show. Feel free to use that same number on WhatsApp with a WhatsApp message, WhatsApp voice note, and WhatsApp call. We do this just for you. We do this just to make your voice heard. We do this in order for the entire Abuja and the world to know what's in your thoughts. And that is why every day we tend to change things just to get a better reception. And this is the best we can get for now. Come on, we will definitely give you the best. Once again, it is 0808-312-8618. You can also reach us live on YouTube. The address is Spot Bishop,
Voice of the People, 96.1 FM Abuja. YouTube, Voice of the People, 96.1 FM Abuja. And on Radio Garden, come on, download from your iOS and Apple Store. It's simple. Voice of the People, 96.1 FM Abuja. And voila, will be in your speakers.
Definitely. You can also reach us live on the show anywhere you are, courtesy of our involvement because of you again on Radio Garden. Feel free to get on of that app through your Google Play Store or your iOS app. You will definitely get us there. It is VOP 96.1 Abuja. That is the address to get connected to. Also, feel free to invite your landlord. Perhaps your next rent will be overlooked. All right, let's move over now to the foreign scene. Colombia now secured a hard-fought 1-0 victory over favorite Uruguay in the second semi-finals of the ongoing Copa America, advancing to their third final in history. The last time Colombia reached the Copa America final was in 2001 when they went all out to win that one. And with that, a certain James Rodriguez have now equaled the record of Pele, having helped his country defeat Uruguay by 1-0. Rodriguez provided the assist of Colombia's goal scored by Jefferson Lemar in the 39th minute. With the assist, Rodriguez became the first South American player to record a 6th assist in a major tournament since Pelé did it for Brazil in 1970 World Cup. If you are talking about history, then you must be looking at a certain Lionel Messi as Argentina, who defeated Canada by 2-0 to make it the highest number of finals in football. 2 World Cup finals, 4 Copa America final, and 1 finitesimal final in his career. That is 7 finals in history. Spot Bishop.
Please throw that into it. How many of the finals did he win?
Why?
Come on.
That he didn't win it.
But he has lifted almost all.
There was no finalissima for over 40 years until last year when they, because of Messi, remember? So why will he count that one as well? And if you look at the Copa America, he was in the losing row up until
he won. He lost 3 and 1. He lost 2 and 1.
And it's in the final.
And it's in the second one. Exactly. We don't know what might happen.
Let's stick with James Rodriguez, a man who God has blessed and God has inspired him to do something great. A lot of people thought that James has lost it. You know, people said, "Oh, he's past his best since he left Everton. He had to go." But boy, have you watched him in this Copa America? He looked like a player reborn, a player playing with so much fire in his eye. You know, heading to this game, I thought Uruguay were the team to beat, and they would get past this Colombia team. But when they got that goal by Jefferson Lamar in the 39th minute, I tell you, they never looked back. But what an assist from James. James is here. And this shows us why he was one of the best players in that 2010 World Cup that created that move all the way to Real Madrid. See, they say form is temporary, but class is permanent. That guy's got a wonderful left foot, and that's why he's where he is at the moment.
Mr. J, Argentina, Colombia, we will be looking at this game extensively come tomorrow on the show. It will be a show of finals, talking about the Copa America that will be going down this weekend, as well as the Euros that will be going down this weekend. We will be looking at it extensively. But then, Mr. J, I want to ask you something. Uruguay, so many believe that they are supposed to progress past Colombia, but of course we saw that one pan out. It wasn't what people predicted. But then let me still ask you, between Colombia and Uruguay, who do you think would have been a better finalist against Argentina?
Before the game yesterday, early this morning, I was thinking that Uruguay would be a better...
even after the game.
But after the game, seeing what the Colombians have done, I also see ingredients of... I no go agree with... I see that they won't
have a better fighting spirit.
I see that they won't just sit down, fold their hands for Lionel Messi's side, Argentina, to just come and have fun over them.
And come to think of it, that at one point they were a player down.
Yeah.
They had to hold their own.
They held on to it. That's why I said from the game I saw early this morning, I see something special in this Colombian side, that the Argentines.
These guys made the headline. Darwin Nunes, when he had a go with the fans, fighting for the family.
But
I saw passion. Live by my wife, live by child. He even climbed to the stands to ensure that, and he bemoaned the lack of security in the stadium, because that was the aspect where the players' family were staying, but the fans came to encroach. But he finally saw how that's what the father does for a child. He goes and drags his wife into the pitch of play, and I felt like, wow, that's quite encouraging. But they would have wanted to be in the winning side. It wasn't to be. Like you said, the fight and the grit and the glory. Colombia just took themselves to a stage where they can dream. But again, Argentina, they look like the dream busters. By this competition.
0808-312-8618. 0808-312-8618. That is the number that you can call us right into the show, as well as the number you can reach us on WhatsApp with a WhatsApp call, WhatsApp voice note, as well as your WhatsApp message. Keep those comments of yours coming. Guys, it is official. It is certain. England will play in another Euros final without Harry Maguire, without Rashford, without Raheem Sterling, as well as these players that we are in the team when they went down when they went down against Italy in the last final. But people say this final is going to be very, very unique. Looking at England, they were not the best of teams going into the finals. Recall that they become the first team in the history of the competition to go down by a lone goal and come back to win a match in the round of 16, quarterfinals and semi-finals. Recalling the round of 16 that went down against Slovakia, where a certain Jude Bellingham and Harry Kane had to come back to help the team win. In the quarterfinal, it was a certain Bukayo Saka that equalized to make it 1-1.
Against Switzerland.
Exactly, and it went into penalty shootout. And last night, they had to go down when a certain Xavi Simons released a 25-yard bullet into the back of the net after disposing a certain Declan Rice off the ball. And then a certain magic of Ole Watkins ensured that England will be playing in another finals. Guys, are you sure that England can win this competition ahead of a very tactically sound, technically disciplined, and a high-fighting Spanish side?
If you ask me,
I'm asking you.
I better have a poor start and then end it. have a good end. I think.
England ever had a good ending.
See, that's why it's better. They must have learned lesson. Hold on. See, in my heart now, I love good football, and Spain has done it well. They have given us fantastic football,
obviously,
very well. So
the best team so far.
If you have to put this in on a pendulum, I think Spain will be the side on both sides of the will be hanging on both sides of the pendulum, based on the performance they've put in so far. Because if you are watching them, they play sweet and fantastic football with wonder kids out of nowhere. But then England, on their own part, have done what nobody expected from them. No one believed that they will grind it out to the final. They've been able to get it to the final. Now, you are God-given, and I get my own through my hustle. Let's see whether that hustle will override the God's given talent.
England become the first team to come down from a losing position to win all the knockout stage to get to the final. England have got a manager who I think is sometimes
the luckiest.
Not only luckiest, sometimes he can be clueless, but he just finds a way to crawl himself over the line. We saw that yesterday. You know, a lot of people have argued, bringing on the walking speaker, getting Anthony. Harry Kane was more like a spectator. He did that in the 80th minute. He took that gamble late on, and it happened. It worked. Something I think that you should have done if you're watching that game. It's something we'd have seen from the 70th. But it just seems to fall in place for him. Maybe the God of soccer is smiling in heaven. And then England, maybe he's been coming home, and but to be sincere with you, I still don't fancy them, because watching England play is excruciating.
That's what
the best. Even in the game where they won, they were the better side in the first half. They capitulated in the second half. It was it was against run of play, you know. So for me, England will be happy with what they've got. The penalty yesterday was also dubious. I think the fans should have their say. I want the fans to have their say, because it's very controversial. I don't know what VAR saw. I don't know what they saw, but to me, I'm still not convinced.
It's a penalty, my brother.
That's no penalty.
England is my second team.
Mr. J, hold on your thought, because Netherlands coach Ronald Koeman has insisted that the use of the video assistant referee this season in the Euros has really broken football, especially when you want to make some call. He went on to react concerning the controversial penalty that referee Felix Sawyer gave England against his team. Recall that Harry Kane has got the penalty for England in the 18 minutes after Denzier Dumfries blocked the ball, but then he had his later boot that was hanging. Some people have come out to say that it is only in England that Harry Kane will foul a player, and it will still be given against that player.
Before he coming here, Gary Neville called it ridiculous that he feels that Netherlands should feel hard done by. He's English. Alan Shearer says it's a no all day long. I saw it, and I see the player has the right to go for the ball. He went this way. His motion of the ball was quite accurate. Yes, you could say that Harry Kane kicked the ball over the bar, and in his follow through.
My brother, that is your own argument. Let me come in with my.
It was Harry Kane that created the contact, not the player to him. So how is that a penalty?
And the player was going to block the ball, not that he was going to make a foul.
Absolutely.
Now, intention in that box 18 matters, and that is why, as a referee, for you to interpret that as a penalty, it is adjudged to be controversial.
Then a kind of foul you commit in a 18-yard box and becomes a problem for you can be overlooked elsewhere.
Okay.
Do you understand? If I look at the replay and initially when Harry Kane held onto his legs and was rolling, I said, "What happened?" But when they did that replay,
they did not even give it.
I got to see that yes, there was actually a contact.
Who created the contact?
Harry Kane went for the ball. He played the ball, and then this guy come and touch his boot, and he fell. That he has caught him,
Mr. J,
inside the 18-yard box.
Your opinion, but let's hear what the fans had to say concerning that. Is that a penalty, or it is a ridiculous call? 0808-312-8618, 0808-312-8618. And following the aftermath of that game, a certain Virgil van Dijk says he's going to consider his future after the Euros have ended. Of course, the Euros have ended for him, so we are expecting a big announcement in a couple of days. But for one player, talking about the defender of Bayern Munich, he has set his target only on one club, and that is Manchester United. That's a good move for Man United, going to get a setting Matheus the lead.
Yeah, a very good one because they are most experienced defender, not the most experienced, but they are most reliable defender. Is Harry Maguire that they are no longer are doing business with. Is not there again. Varane has retired. Lindelof, we don't know whether he's in or out. Loads of defenders that
Lindelof is up for sale, as well as Rafael Varane. He has long moved to Saudi Arabia.
Yes, yeah, long move. Thank you. No, but I'm trying to mention the calibers of defenders that Man U had lost in recent time, and then they definitely need a high-profile defender. Once again, we all knew how good Matthias de Ligt has been at Ajax. It was at Ajax, then moving to Juve. From Juve to Bayern Munich, he has also garnered loads of experience. For me, it's a good one.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Sport Bishop, is it good for you? Wilfred Ndidi put pens to paper to extend his stay at Leicester City. 3 years contract he signed.
I think that's the worst deal I've heard in 5 years. When I thought finally he was going to have a step up from Leicester City.
I played Champions League football.
A lot of people argue, I listen to a lot of clubs that say that's where his level is. But I think no, it is bigger than Leicester City. He can play for Spurs. He can play for Aston Villa. Why not target Champions League football? He can even go out. Real Barcelona was also looking for his signature.
Will he take himself there? No. Did they come for him?
Came for him, but why is that? Maybe
the money at this is at the twilight of his career, my brother.
Twilight.
Yeah, and he has been able to move.
He wants to compete for titles.
He should have left Leicester when they went down, but now that they have come up, maybe it's his magic that.
Blame it on the lack of hunger for Nigerian players. They tend to sit down in their comfort zone and enjoy football there instead of going out to compete and, of course, gather enough experience to bring back to the Super Eagles. As for a certain Rio Ferdinand, he have said that Vinicius Jr. is the man for the Ballon d'Or and not any other players. Guys, I wish I can take your reaction concerning these, but our time is far gone. A shoot or miss for Rio Ferdinand concerning Vinicius Jr.?
Shoot, absolute shoot, big shoot.
Mr. J, is it a miss? Does Vinicius Jr. deserve to be crowned a Ballon d'Or winner?
He has a teammate that for me is better qualified for.
I know, you want to go England.
Not just going to England.
I know his teammate, Luka Modric. Alright guys, join us at the same time tomorrow 5 p.m. on the show Sport Lounge. We will be back bigger and better. It will be the prediction edition where you stand a chance of winning. Predict the finals either the Copa America as well as the Euros. We would definitely love to hear from you. On behalf of Mr. J, the Sport Bishop, and I, we want to say
we're done
and we're gone. God bless, no stress.